Hello, Mark Red Larson here for the Dreamcatcher podcast. Thanks for joining us. My guest today is Patrick McClure.
Yep.
Welcome. So you are owner of Sprockets.
Sprockets Famous Freedom Dogs.
So explain to people what that's about.
Okay, back to the beginning. I actually inherited the equipment to get Sprockets started. Well, the fine gentleman that gave me the Sprocket, gave me the first hot dog cart, we called him Papa Dave, and Papa Dave was a retired military police officer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he gave me the name Sprocket.
Okay.
He actually gave me the whole name, Sprockets Famous Hot Dogs.
Okay, cool.
Well, he was still doing Sprockets Famous Hot Dogs in small town Iowa, and I was trying to start Sprockets Hot Dogs here in Grand Island. So I got on Facebook. I said I made a post. I don't even remember exactly what my post was, but someone came back with a response, and this happened to be a mutual friend between the two of us. Came back and said, "Hey, why don't you call us Sprockets Famous Freedom Dogs, and then you'll be honoring Papa and his service." And it gave me a theme.
Okay.
So I just I went with it. It ran great.
So how long ago did this occur?
This started getting off the ground in 2013.
Okay. So what did you do before that?
I've done rental property.
Okay.
I did a lot of rental property maintenance, ownership. At one time, I owned a few properties of my own. But yeah, rental property management and interior, painting, remodeling, small stuff.
Okay. So where did you grow up at?
Right here, Grand Island.
In Grand Island? Okay. Yeah, we're in Grand Island, Nebraska on Eddy Street here. And the thing is, you move around just about every day to...
Yep. This wiener gets around.
I love that. So, in fact, you were in my hometown yesterday, so with the wind blowing and everything else.
Yeah.
So how big area do you cover with this?
Basically all of central Nebraska. I'm going my furthest north in June. I'm going all the way up to Plainview,
Okay.
Which is up by Norfolk. I really haven't been any further north than, let's say, Fremont.
Okay.
I've told this many times, and it was COVID that got me all over the state or out.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. COVID, very few restrictions put on me and during COVID, but I had to make up everything on my own. So instead of people calling me to attend events, I made my own event, advertised on Facebook, and just went to small town street corners all over the place. So if you stood in Blair, Nebraska, and you drew a line to let's say draw a line to North Platte,
right,
and you drew a line to Superior, inside of that little V shape, I hit 80 some locations.
Wow!
During COVID, and so that was a real game changer for me. And then after that, my phone started ringing much more.
I could see that. And being outside, I could see why COVID would have been less restrictive. So, you ever do this inside?
I have on a few occasions done some indoor vending, but it's
mainly outside.
It's a hassle. It's a lot of work.
So, how about winter? How does that work?
So, last couple of winters, I've worked for a corn seed plant in the York neighborhood.
Okay, so you just kind of put this away for winter then. Okay.
Yeah. During COVID, I had the stuff in the freezer for a whole 45 days, from like the middle of December to the 1st of February. And I was out selling wieners. It was every other weekend I was able to get out, and
perfect.
I was Uber Eats and stuff like that during that period of time. And then,
see, that would have been good. Yeah. So you have, in fact, what did I just have? That was awesome.
You just had, price point wise, I called deluxe. It was a slaw dog.
It was really good. And you make your own slaw.
Make my own slaw.
Really good. So how did you come up with your whole menu you have?
So it's been a growing process. I started out just your basic hot dog with onion jalapeno. About 3 or 4 months after I got started, I messed around and came up with my own chili. I was sitting at a farmer's market, and that particular person asked me to start doing setting up at a farmer's market. And generally, the person that was sitting next to me at this said market was selling jams and jellies and other things. And she's like, "You ought to put pepper jelly on your hot dog."
True, that would be good.
Yeah. So, she for a while she made them, and then I had to find someone else. And since 2018, I've had the same person making my jellies. I have a pepper jelly,
Okay.
a pineapple habanero, and a Cherry Reaper.
A Jerry Reaper? What is
Cherry.
Cherry? Because it's got Jerry. I thought, okay. I thought that's okay.
Yeah, a Cherry Reaper. And Amy's her 67th Street Goodies. Her name is Sherry out of Sherry Vaness out of Kearney has been making my
Cool.
jellies for a long time since 18.
Okay.
She's full-fledged canning kitchen. You know, she's
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Very good. So explain the hot dog, or I guess that's hot dog, the gentleman that was just here. I mean, your top, that's the...
Oh, the he got the fork it. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many things are on there?
The fork it I think has about 15 to 18 on it.
That is a few.
That's a few. Yeah. So it's got a spicy jelly. It's got my fry sauce, which my fry sauce honestly was like an epiphany one night.
Okay.
I had many people asking me for celery salt and other things. Once in a while, a little question about garlic, and
Right.
it just hit me one evening, and I was kind of staring off at the stars, and I went home and put together my fry sauce, and it was an instant hit. A short time later, I started mixing sriracha with it, and then
Okay.
talking with another gentleman who was a cook, just in conversation, and he suggested that I use the sprocket sauce for horseradish.
Okay.
So now I got horseradish that is, because horseradish is ground and it's like a paste.
Right. Right.
But if I mix it with the ketchup and mustard, it's like a shrimp sauce as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Shrimp sauce is horseradish and ketchup.
Right.
So yeah, just
Okay.
so anyway, yeah, and then so I have so I came up with my own coney in 13.
Okay.
I changed it a little bit here and there, lessened the amount of sugar, added a little more chili
Sure.
powder, changed the amount that I make at a time, because I use tomato paste and puree, and
Okay.
I can get a large container and split it in half. So in order for my measurements to balance out, I had to go. I was making 10 pounds at a time, then I went to 12 pounds at a time. So my coney sauce is 12 pounds of onions, 12 pounds of beef.
Wow.
I boil my meat,
Okay.
saute my onions with my brown sugars. I'm telling too many secrets here.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, anyway, saute my onions, puree them,
Uh-huh.
and then marry everything together.
Okay. So before you did this, did you like to cook?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, I did some cooking,
Uh-huh.
but no, this was, ultimately it was someone handed me the tools. I found myself unemployed and I hit the ground running.
Okay. One of those deals. Okay. That's awesome. So how do people, you're at Dick's Motors right now today.
Dick's
So
Motors
how do
today.
people find you how do you, like Minden yesterday, how did they find you to get
well,
your book?
I still do Facebook, Sprockets Famous Freedom Dogs on Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook advertising isn't what it was during COVID.
Yeah, I bet.
So ultimately, like, I was set up at what they call the lot
Uh-huh.
in Minden, and Minden's the lot has a pretty strong following inside of Minden, so that's always helpful. So yeah, I just combination of posting on my own page and the lot page and the Minden
Okay.
the Minden City page. So yeah.
So how far are you out? I mean, usually. I mean, like this time of year, quite a few months out to get people.
No, I mean, I've got a few bookings in July. June is about half full. I still got some availables in June. August is quite empty at the moment. I mean, I got a few salt and peppered in there, but
Okay.
yeah, I usually can get about 4 to 6 weeks out before
Okay. It's quite a ways out.
Yeah.
Sure. So I gotta ask, since this is the Dreamcatcher podcast, what was your dreams growing up? What did you want to become when you were
a philosopher.
philosopher? Okay. I've never had that answer. That's awesome. So why that?
Why philosophy?
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea why.
Okay.
No idea why. That was just, maybe it was me being a smart ass. Just
Yeah,
kinda-
that could work too. I mean,
yeah.
so maybe that's still coming. That you could be a philosopher.
Well, I mean, there's
Get your dogs and give some
There's-
philosophy.
There's
with
a
it.
lot of philosophy in everything.
There is.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So, like I said, yeah, I shut my TV off, and during
yeah.
our previous conversation, I shut my TV off in 2008. Honestly, I shut my radio off in
I
2018,
think that's good.
and I only listen to stuff that feeds my brain.
Amen. That's
Yeah.
the way to do it too, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of junk out there, a lot
Yeah.
of garbage. So would you? You got another business, or would you ever want to expand this to more than just?
You know, I do want to expand this. I actually, one of the things they say, you're not supposed to tell too much, but I am in the process of shopping for a larger enclosed trailer.
Okay.
I found the structure that I want, or the basic setup,
Right.
and now I just got to figure out how I'm going to build the inside of it,
Okay.
purchase it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
I don't want to get rid of this feel right here that I
Mhm.
have.
Yeah. This is nice with your van here and then your trailer and.
Yeah, but I don't want to totally lose this. I mean, I'd like to be able to do larger events and go further.
So how big events will you do right now?
Small county fairs, stuff like
County
that.
fairs. Okay. Okay. So he's coming to be on the podcast here with us.
How you doing, Dave, sir? Well, we're actually doing an interview right now.
It's recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I can throw you in a hot dog if you want. Takes about 6 to 7 minutes for it to cook. The cooker's going, so it's just a matter of throwing it in. Want me to do that for you real quick? How many you want? Just the one? All right, I'll do that for you real quick.
So, no, they're awesome. Once he's got your stuff here, where he's at, you want to definitely come try out Sprockets. Get this gentleman over here on the podcast. See, they're that freshly made too. So
Yeah, I try not to let them sit in there very long. Health code says I can let them sit in there for even up to 2 hours. But
2 hours? Wow. Okay. Okay. But so with the podcast here, so anything besides hot dogs that you've ever expand to?
brought some Polish.
Okay.
I'm I get my Polish dog from a mom and pop shop, meat packing,
Okay.
plant
Okay.
over in Gibbon.
Oh.
Oliver's.
Awesome.
It's now Oliver's. It used to be Finney's.
Okay.
And then, so this year or this next round, I've actually already ordered jalapeno cheddar brats and corned beef. So I'm installing a griddle to my right here. And once I get that installed, I'm going to start having Reubens.
Oh, Rubens are awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it'd be a Reuben dog, a Reuben brat, or a Reuben Polish.
Okay. Very good. So where do you see this whole business in like 5 years?
Well, if I'm able to achieve that larger trailer and start, I actually want to travel the southern states in the winter.
I don't blame you on that one.
In a couple of years, I have one kid in high school yet. Well, I got 2 kids in high school, but my oldest is a senior next year, so the following year.
So you're out of here.
Yeah. Well, I can't totally leave because I still got the other one in high school.
In high school, okay.
But yeah, I would like to be able to leave for a few days at a time.
I don't blame you.
Go south for a while.
The older I get, the more I want to do that too.
Yeah.
So what other products? I mean, you got your jellies. Can they buy this stuff from you directly,
So
or
the jellies, I advertise for, as you can see, in that for.
yeah, right here down the specialties?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Little next.
Oh.
There you go, right there. You just put your hand on it.
Oh, right here.
60
Gotcha.
Street Goodies, all
Okay.
and Winchester Farms. I get my grass-fed beef from Winchester Farms. I make my Tony sauce with grass-fed beef.
Okay.
I get my brats, my Polish, and now my corned beef and my jalapeno cheddar brats from Oliver's as well. And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go with having this griddle will help me get with strips of bacon rather than
There you go.
just the crumb bacon. Maybe sauteed onions. I want to do a sweet onion,
Yeah, you can go
and
quite
maybe
different
even a
directions there.
hot onion. I still have to learn how to make them.
Okay.
But
So when you started this, how did you know what to do? I mean, just jump in?
so, yeah, it's just been a learning process all along.
So when day one, what'd you start with?
A small hot dog cart, ketchup, mustard,
Really?
and jalapenos and relish.
Okay, so you started very modestly then on that. Okay. How long was it that way then?
I came up with the chili within 3 months.
Okay.
So I started in March. I had my chili by June. And I started traveling in July. Started going to Kearney and to Holdridge and to Minden in July and August.
Okay.
And that was about the extent of my window for even the following year. But
Okay. Okay. That's quite a bit.
so, yeah, 14, 15, 16, 17, I opened a brick and mortar, closed that in 18. New hot dog cart. I started building a new hot dog cart in July of 19, put it online in June of 20.
Okay.
And here we are.
Yeah. So would you ever retire from this?
I tell people I'm building my retirement.
No, that's a good way to do it. So one thing.
All right, buddy, what are you putting on yours, man? Start at the top of the list, work your way down. That's my only request.
Coleslaw's good.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let that sit another quick minute.
Just do boss.
You want boss dog my way? You want to spin that?
What's that?
So you want to spin it?
Sure.
So 1/4 pound dog. Mild, medium, or hot? Mild. I pegged you for a medium.
It's your way. Not my way.
I gave you a couple choices along the way. I don't want to burn you out. Little pepper jelly.
That's good.
I mean, it looks toxic, but it's not.
Looks like it's got so much heat, it's steaming.
One hot wiener. There you go.
Yeah.
Little sprocket sauce. Anything you don't want? Mustard, regular, brown, both of them.
Not allergic. No.
You're not allergic to nothing. That's good.
That is good.
Little mayo. Little homemade ranch. Sriracha, horseradish. Either or. Neither.
Sriracha's good.
Little sriracha.
It is good.
Little chili sauce. Oh, let's see here. Onion, jalapeno. Both? Okay.
Go
Bacon.
big or go home.
Sauerkraut and coleslaw today.
Yeah, we'll let you do this crowd.
Do the kraut? Okay.
Really good.
And the potato sticks, a little salt, a little crunch on top.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
There you are. One boss dog with kraut. $9, sir. Not a 20?
So are you open every day?
No.
Not on the weekends or does it vary?
It varies.
Yeah.
Last year I did have I was so busy last year I did thank you, sir.
Thank
Appreciate that. 8 out of 9 weeks I ran 6 days a week.
Wow.
That was
You were busy.
crazy. Yeah.
Steal some coal in there.
All right, you
Thank
do that.
you.
That's fine. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
You didn't want that styrofoam, did you? No? I mean I got a clamshell, just put that whole box right in there if you want. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So no, that looks awesome. So I mean, I'm glad. I mean, that makes me really hungry. So do you have any other ones in the works that you're working on? Different ones you haven't come up with? Like golf?
You know, I've thought about that, but no.
Okay, well, you have a pretty good extensive.
It's all about. You see, my toppings is
Yeah.
I call that my topping order. I can't even. Well, anyway, so
Nice.
yeah, I mean the jellies are at the top of the list because they create a glazing.
Right.
Sprocket sauce is next. I mean, it's felt like the best place to put it up top with the ketchup, the mustard, and the mayonnaise, and the ranch, and the barbecue. I am actually I'm remaking about to redo the menu, and I'm moving the cheese above the potatoes, the coney, and the beans.
Okay.
I feel like it'll meld in better. So then I have my potatoes, my coney, and my beans, and then I have the hard stuff: the onions, the jalapenos, the bacon,
Okay, makes sense.
and the sauerkraut and the slaw. So I call it my stacking order.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and when I've had as many as 12 people in front of me.
Wow.
So I've got 12 dogs all lined up out here.
That's a lot to keep track of.
Well, I mean, each person gets a number.
Yeah.
So this particular day, that's exactly what we did. I said,
Yeah.
you're number 1, number 2,
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
number 4.
Yeah.
And we got to number 12. And then I said ketchup. And everybody hollered, 1, 3, 6. Yep.
Yeah. Like you're gonna.
Yeah, okay, 1, 3, and 6. Got the ketchup. And then mustard, and just rolled on. And it was a blast. We all had fun.
Awesome.
It was a whole family, ironically. Grandma, grandpa, and I don't even
That's
know.
cool.
Kids and grandkids, but
Making memories there. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So.
I do have a TikTok page that shows some of my bigger builds, but not
Okay.
a whole bunch.
So where can they find you on TikTok? What is your...
Oh, Sprockets Famous Freedom Dogs.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're on Facebook. You know that.
Yeah, Sprockets on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any other social media?
Not really. I mean, I have an X account, but I don't post anything there.
Not either.
Yeah.
I figured that one out. So.
Oh, I figured it out. I just don't do it. I mean, I share stuff on here, but
Yeah.
um,
So what is one of your bigger days? It's the most people you've had.
one of my biggest days is just shy of 400.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
During COVID, it was in North Platte car show, cruise night car show. The North Platte, there was a few towns that got approved to have shows, and North Platte was one of them. It's like 385 at the end of the day.
Wow, that is a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So do you ever do Carney's Cruise Line? Or have
Yes, Carney's cruise night. I'm a staple there, I
you...
guess.
Okay.
Carney cruise night used to be a lot better before. Let's go with 2017.
Really? Okay.
There was a bunch of people got extra rowdy and threw some beer bottles at some
I remember
cars.
that.
Yeah.
Forgot
So
about that.
Carney cruise night kind of went south for a while. It seems to be stepping back up right now, but
Okay.
it's just one of them things. You dive in head first and see how you come out at the end.
True. That is true. And like anything, you never know until you do it.
Yeah.
So just in any business, and this is awesome. I mean, I should have been eating your rocket hot dogs a long time ago.
Thank
I see
you.
you Nathan's. So you use good dogs.
Yeah,
So.
I try to use the highest quality dog I can. They say it's kosher. I have to wonder what kosher means sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of wondered that too, where they kind of throw those words around. So
Yeah.
So
Ooh, that was close.
yeah, that was close. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would not have been fun.
It would not. That would have been probably not. They would have been crying probably. So
Yeah.
no. So Patrick, before we end the podcast, anything else you would like to share with the audience?
Follow me on Facebook and TikTok.
Okay.
Invite me to your town. I love small towns. I'm very anti-fee. I've learned over the course of my time that going to a small town that charges a fee is not a strong community value.
Interesting.
It's I feel like it's a plague on the town.
I would agree on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of towns that do that.
There's a few out there that do it, and I'm just to the
Never-
point where they're not worth your time.
Never even thought anything
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I'm to the point now where if a town calls me and wants me to pay a fee, so you have to find me a
Kind
sponsor.
of a deal breaker then.
I mean, you think about it. I got so I have a commissary kitchen at home. It's legit. It's licensed, all that stuff. But I spend anywhere from 10. I mean, honestly, I can spend anywhere from 10 to 20 hours a week in my
I
commissary.
can believe that.
So then I've got, it costs me pretty darn close to $30 an hour to drive my truck down the road.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to go. I mean, I got to count round trip.
You do.
Yeah.
you're
I
getting
mean,
more,
I
and you're gonna
can't
come
just
back.
say,
Yeah.
oh, it's 4 hours down there. Oh, but it's 4 hours home.
It is.
So you take 8-hour trip at
Yep.
$30 an hour. You've got,
Yeah, there's a little bit of, yeah.
that's $240 in gas. And you get down there and they want you to pay a fee.
Yeah. No, I can see why you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to come visit you if you're local in the area. So we're like, I know you said tomorrow you're taking the day off.
Yeah. So,
So what's the next place you're going to be?
so this weekend, Gresham, Nebraska on Sunday. And then, back to Grand Island on Monday out at Pete's Safari.
Okay.
Do you know about Pete's Safari?
I do not know about Pizza
So,
Safari.
Pete's Safari is a petting zoo or
Okay.
a zoo.
Okay.
It's
That's
on
interesting.
Stolly Park. It's just off of the corner of Stolly and Engelman.
Okay. I did not know that. That's interesting. So,
Yeah,
but that's where you're going to be on Monday, you said?
yeah. I kind of think maybe they started that during COVID or right around that time.
Okay.
This will be the first time I've ever been out there, so I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Well, it'll be a learning experience.
really.
When it's out there and what.
Yep.
So, so that sounds good. So I'm gonna turn this back around so I can end the
All right.
podcast. So, here comes Patrick. But no, thank you for being on the podcast. I say
Absolutely.
Dream Texas podcast. So, and you're on. Do you have your schedule online? Where you're gonna be?
So I really need to work on getting an extended schedule out. I usually just post more 4 or 8 days out.
Okay. Well, that's quite a ways out then. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I do.
That's
I
on
need
your Facebook page, or where do you put that?
Facebook page and or TikTok.
Okay, that's both those. Okay.
I tend to voice a lot of stuff on TikTok, and then I just share that TikTok on the Facebook.
Gotcha.
I realize that sometimes people can't always see it, but
Okay. I'll have to check that out then. So, but no, if you're in the area, then definitely come and have a dog.
Yeah.
And
I've been told that I am the most sought after hot dog joint in Nebraska.
I can believe that. So, do you ever just serve a plain hot dog?
Well, every once in a while, yeah.
Somebody will just do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, with all the stuff you got here, I mean, I would think that would be kind of against the
I know, right?
rules here.
I know, right? It's fun. I give
Uh-huh.
people a hard time about naked wieners, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, why would you come here? You could do that at home.
Yeah.
So-
But in all honesty, this is an excellent dog to have by itself. I bet.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah.
I definitely. I mean, it looked like when you were putting that in there, that's huge. So
Yeah.
very good. So
Biggest wiener in town too.
okay, awesome. That is. So on that, I'm gonna end the podcast. Thanks for joining us on Dreamcatcher, and I will be back.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.